too much growth.
Oh,
God.
yeah,
I
live.
just fasted for 72 hours.
That's nice.
We
We're
are
live?
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live with my buddy Jack Panico. Is it Panico or Panico?
I grew up with it as Jack Panico, and
What's
for
your-
business
What's your
purposes.
dad?
What?
Your dad would say what?
Well,
Yeah.
he would have said Jack Panico as well. We're both Jack Panico, but the thing is, we did a thing with our clients and everybody, and we did a thing of what sounded off the tongue, what was catchier as we were growing.
Panico.
And then so we switched it to Panico for the business, and people seem to gravitate to it. I get a lot of flack though from all my friends. Yeah.
Yeah, you should. Fuck those people.
Yeah.
Busting balls.
Keep it original. Yeah, because your name in the industry in our area, Jersey, has been around for so many years. And that dates back, I guess, to your father too, right? He was in Jersey.
Yeah, I guess it's been in business for close to 65 years.
And the hair business, the cutting of the hairs, right?
Hair,
in Salon, right?
Yep.
Was he born in Italy?
No, he wasn't. His parents, where he came out, he was born and raised over in Bloomfield, New Jersey.
All right.
And then obviously when, got into the beauty business right away, and just, escalated from there. And he's been doing it. And we're actually 3 generations strong right now.
All right. So your grandfather then did hair too?
What?
No, your daughter.
Yes,
the
yes.
generation. Okay, cool.
My son, well, basically Jackson Panico and Brianna Panico. Brianna's a colorist and leader with me at the salon. She's a pretty amazing lady in every way. And Jackson helps me with operations and also heading our next huge project.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
We're gonna chat about that project in a second. So 65 years in the industry. How different is it from when you first got in, from your dad was in?
Oof, well, it was very different back then. I was in it since I was a kid running around. He used to let me shampoo hair when I was in like grammar school. So I was around it all the time, and he was a big education guy, always flying to London and everything. It was awesome. But back then they smoked cigarettes in the salon, and it's just different. That perm smell, that hairspray smell. It was very different. And then obviously he went through all the stages, and he was very strong all the way into the 80s. And he was just a magical kind of guy. And also, I don't know if everybody knows this too, he was an international haircutting champion, which is pretty awesome.
Do they even still have contests like that nowadays? Like, are there still I hear years ago they were really popular.
Yeah, they're real problem. Back then in the 70s, they were huge.
Yeah. We got to
Yeah,
bring that shit back. We should bring back these contests. Now with social media, because my whole idea, and if anyone steals this idea, I'm gonna be pissed, is I wanted to do like an Iron Chef
Yes.
of hairstylists, where you get like a level 1 and a level 10, 40 volume, and a razor. That's it. And you got to create this particular.
I think they did come up with that, some kind of show like that. Like they did I think a Sheer Genius and stuff like that. They've done a few things like that, but I don't know if they did. I don't know where the international shows are, or more competitive shows that would be really fun for.
Well, those competitions are different, but this would be like a fun, reality-esque type TV show.
That would be amazing. Yeah. Absolutely amazing.
Because I think too many hairstyles today, they rely on the exact formula that they see on Instagram. Oof. Like, oh, she told it 9P, 9GI, 9T, Redken Shades EQ, and then that's her fucking go-to for everything. And if they're out of a color, they can't figure out how to create it.
Yes, it happens a lot in our industry. That's the biggest thing we're trying to help with. A lot of young people are very highly talented and they're very nice and everything, but they're missing chapters. They're missing chapters in their book. And also when they see something on Instagram, that took a while to get there for that ta-da fact. So you got to, learn, grow. And the more, and people realize the more you do, the more you learn. You got to practice. But that Instagram, which is great in so many ways, but it hurts a lot of people's mindsets, because they're not really understanding what it takes to get there, and they get disappointed quickly. And I want them to know not to get disappointed, to keep going, because you will get it.
You just said something that was actually brilliant, and I'm not sure if you even realize that you did it. It's missing chapters.
Yes.
That one thing alone, for those of you guys listening right now, like if you're a stylist and you're like, you know what, this isn't for me. Like you tried this one thing and it's not working out for you. So now you don't want to cut short hair. It's because you don't have the foundation to be able to cut short hair. So you skipped from hair school to trying something out, missing all the chapters in between to build the dexterity in your hands and the eye to see what you're like, where you need to remove weight, how you have to stack weight up. And you're missing these chapters and you're making a decision on your career with not enough information, or you're missing chapters.
And everybody wants to just learn the long, beautiful glamour looks, and they want to kind of skip those.
I'll call them out right now. So, and because I don't mind doing it.
Okay.
If you're a lived-in blonde specialist, and that's the only thing you ever did in your career, you're missing fucking chapters. Because there's more to hairstyling than just lived-in blonde. And that means you're lacking skills to be able to do the basics of hair. And you're going to a go-to where you can root smudge somebody to get rid of a foil line because you can't fall properly. And then you're teasing the shit out of hair because you don't know how to fall properly. And to me, I think a lot of people are just doing the safe things that they know they can charge a good amount of money for. And they're keeping clients in the chair for 8 hours when they don't need to be in the chair for 8 hours.
Yeah, I just think it's twofold, though. I think you're right on certain aspects. I think people like to do what they kind of love to do because they've understood that one look or that one color. So they want to just stay with that, but you can't use that on everybody. And there's a lot of talented people out there, but they are missing chapters, and they can't use the same technique, the same pattern on everyone.
No, it's one thing we talk about in business, and you're probably learning this right now. It's called career capital. And so it's obviously not money capital, but career capital is how somebody becomes successful in an industry. And that just, you get that career capital by putting the time in. And so behind the chair, you need that experience, that career capital to become efficient and a well-rounded hairstylist. Now, at the end of the day, if you've been doing this for 10 years and you truly love lived in blondes, that's great. But if your client's like, hey, I want to change my look, and you can't like really deliver on that look because all you do is that one thing, I don't mind being a specialist. But if you're a colorist, you should be able to color everyone: red hair, gray hair, blonde hair, dark hair. If you're a hairstylist and you do cutting and you don't do short haircuts, you're not a fucking hairstylist. I don't care. A haircut, if you hold scissors in your hand, you should be able to cut anyone's hair.
You should be able to do all aspects of hairdressing, color, and everything. If you're involved,
if you're specialized, right?
Yeah. So but if you're specialized, that's fine too.
That's fine. But you can't be specialized in one specific type of haircut. You're not a specialist.
Yep. Same thing with color. Yep.
Same exact thing. So that's a soundbite, James. Have someone make that into a reel. I'm feeling really fucking saucy today too, because I've had a headache for like the last 2 days, and so I'm just dealing with that and my the ringing.
I hope you don't give anybody else a headache. Go ahead.
No, but it's great because your father back in the day, like flying to London, putting the time in. Nobody understands what it took for a hairstylist 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago.
Yeah, he used to fly to London. He used to go to Vidal Sassoon, and he used to actually, this is how ahead of a time he was, and this is why it's so embedded in me. He used to film everything they taught him out there, and then he used to bring it back here. So, and then he would show everybody in the salon how to do the haircut. Besides what he remembered and he was practicing, he would practice with the whole team. Okay. And then learn it. So he'd always be a step ahead. But one thing did backfire on us, though. It was really wild. But it came to help us. And I'll try to make this as quick as possible. He came back from London. Remember Dorothy Hamilton, the skater?
Yeah. Okay.
So he came back, and this is before she ever came out. Okay, before she ever had that haircut. Well, he came out and taught everybody the haircut and wanted everybody to do this haircut. So he came back from London and he started changing all the customers, a lot of them to this haircut, and that's a major change. So
it was a major haircut back in the day.
Yeah, right? But no one knew her yet.
Yeah.
Okay, all of a sudden we were losing business. Okay, it was really bad for business for like 2 months. People were irate and they were mad because of the change. Dorothy Hamill came out within like 2 months after that haircut, okay, or 3 months after we were doing it. She came, everybody came rushing, wanted a haircut, and we were the only ones who knew how to do that haircut. It was amazing. Okay.
Awesome.
So that's what it's just things like that happen. That's why you got to be willing to do new things and try new things and go through and learn. And you need to be prepared for the future, the present and the future.
Yeah. The fact that he filmed everything back then. So I teach a lesson in my community called the camcorder method. And that's what we do. You just film yourself doing it. Like so many owners are like, my team, they just can't do it like me, or my clients only want me. Well, why don't you film yourself doing the haircut, the color, the technique, step by step? Like you'll be able to watch that video and then voice over what you're doing, because you're going to miss stuff when you're trying to do it by memory. Then you create your handbook to train your team, and you give your team your exact steps, so you can pass people off confidently to like everyone else in the salon, rather than being the only person who can do hair behind the chair.
Yeah.
That's where owners get stuck now.
Yeah.
Her father, by building the team, was amazing.
Yeah. So that was one of the strongest things that were embedded. It's in my core, is about the education, because that's the foundation of everything, and your core team, is, your stability, and you love them, and everything's built with trust, commitment, and love. And that's that. And say your intern team coming up is that future that you're building. Because in my industry, what we do is we don't look to take from other salons. We don't do that. We're basically a different type, and there's a lot of great salons out there that do that. We build from within, and so that's just and we've had this, and we have educational programs we have an intern academy. We train our interns, all aspects, and we have incredible people. But it's a process. It's a process, and it's but you have a true career when you go through the process, and it's not that long. We made it a lot shorter.
What's your process from like out of school to behind the chair? Like, average person, like a hungry person, I should say.
Say that again.
How long does it take a hungry person who's dedicated to getting behind the chair, from out of school, graduating today? Tomorrow they start in your salon as an assistant or an apprentice, whatever you guys call it.
Well, usually it could take, if they really practice and make it happen, they could do it in a year. We have a fast tracking system. When they say, hey, I'm ready, you can make it in 4 months, 4 to 6 months. 4 to 6 months is the fast tracking program. And then otherwise, we have people that want to go at their own pace. We had some people that wanted to wait. They wanted to take a little bit longer. So we have programs where they can move faster or slower. And we don't have a seniority system. We have a mindset system. And also, if your skill is really good and your mindset's off, that's no good, because you need to build your standard and your culture inside your place. So you want to make
seniority system. Do you mean level system? Like you don't have one of those?
No, I have like if someone's there before someone else,
okay,
but someone else wants to practice
totally
all the time and move faster through the program.
Yeah, it's the way life works.
Yeah, but I'm very clear about it, and I don't want to hold anybody back, and I don't want to push someone too hard either.
No, the mindset system I love. I think some people, they need a little nudge, and you're good at giving like the right kind of loving nudge. Right? That's
I like when someone's with me for a while, and then they say, Jack, I want to do hair. I said, okay, great. So you want to, so let's get moving, because they have the classes. And I said, you can go as fast as you want. And they all know this. And I said, well, it's almost like you could see when they finally said, I want a career. When they're giving their all, they're dedicating their time, they're practicing, they're doing it. And once they do that, there's no stopping them. It's such a short period of time to get to where you're going. So do it, be happy about it, go through it with a good attitude, get through that short period of time to get to where you could be a beauty champion. And that's the goal, to set in your mind that I'm going to go through this, and I'm going to love going through this, because it's the gift to me. That's theirs forever. So get through it with a great attitude, be a sponge, learn as much as you can, practice, because doing is learning. And then, man, you can move fast, but that's up to the individual. You could push people all you want, but they have to want it as much as you. I always say the coach can't want it more than the players.
No, unfortunately, a lot of owners feel like they do. I like that. Doing is learning. How many people on your team?
We're about 50 people.
So a really small team, close and intimate, right?
What?
I'm kidding.
No, but it actually is.
50 is a solid team, though.
Yeah, it actually is.
Owner right now, you don't seem too stressed. Let me say. Like you see
Well, I
pretty,
hide it
pretty
well.
calm. Yeah.
I hide it
But it's
well.
like the owner with 3 people is flipping out because they can't show up to work. And so take us through some leadership-esque for the owners listening right now, like tips you can give them to manage a team of 50 people, other than having your daughter in there helping you out and probably doing all the work for you. Just kidding.
Well, I have a great team, different leaders in each section. If it's, education, the salon, the desk, different areas, the social media team. So I have people you could work on and you divide and conquer. Uh, it's right now, I'm actually, we have manuals and systems in place and all these processes and systems in place. It really helps. But we had it in paper, and sometimes paper can get lost or people don't check things off. So we're automating everything. So basically, what the front desk needs to do when they come in to mid shift to the end, everybody knows exactly what to do. And then so our leader or myself can see that all the boxes were checked, everything was done and done right. And with proper processes and procedures in place, makes everything run better. It'll never be perfect. I don't care how perfect you are,
Mhm.
but we're not perfect at all. But I believe we're a great team. We have good, loving, great artists and good people, and we make mistakes. But the thing is, we're accountable, and we want to do whatever we can. Same thing for our interns. We have the same. We're putting in all different protocols and systems in place that are automated. So not only is it on the computer, it's on their phone, and the same thing for the stylist, for communication from the text. It's all on one app, and we kind of everyone knows what's expected, meetings, and whatever the processes are to get the team closer on the same team. And when you put that together with the leaders and the team, then you have a meeting about it. What happens is it puts everybody in a total understanding. And if they need to know, they could just look at the app of what's going on. So you're on the same page. It
Nice.
really helps.
What app do you use for that? Do you have a particular app or is it one you created?
No, there's a couple great apps out there. Right now, we're working with Connect Team.
Did you ever try a different one?
Well, we were looking at a few other. Jess, what was that other the other app team? Um, uh, I know it's kind of funny. We looked at three. We looked at three of them, and I actually hired a person from the outside, and one was really good that I'm using um, towards my next project. But for the salon, for me to have policies and procedures in place that they can look up quick and have multiple settings inside the salon for it just worked out best for us. But I actually because it's really hard picking those apps. So I sent over about 3 different apps, and then the person I hired to help me with it from the outside, she looked at 2 more apps as well. So it was pretty. It was exciting to go through, but then you got to get your team on board to implement it all and do that. And it's actually turned into a fun process because they're putting their heads together and they're agreeing and understanding our standards, our culture, our policy. And it's just a better way of communicating. Any app will work. There's lots of apps
Yes.
out there that do a good job. Some are more expensive, some are less, but what fits you? But more importantly, what could you and your team do consistently on it?
So with the
And
Connect
what
team, can you guys just track habits? You track your apprentices and you track your stylists. I'm looking at the app right now because I've heard it before, but I didn't really think about using it before.
Yeah, well, it's
Is,
great, but also obviously we have our software in our salon that we have helps us with our goal planning, what they bring in, their retention rates,
what do you
all
guys use?
those things, pre-booking. But this really helps with the
Team.
operational part and team communicating about what's going on, and you can put videos up. It's just it's amazing when we have a special guest come in. Sometimes you want to get the message out there real quick. Sometimes people just text and do that. That's great, but there's so much more to it that you could add in. So everything is there in your salon set up, all the different categories. So if they want to go to it and see anything, they just go right to it.
I like that. I'm using the Mighty Network, so that's my coaching community that I build my coaching program on, and it's I created a space they call it for the internal team, and I could put everything in there like that. But how's the texting feature and communication feature on here? Like how quick they message you directly and then group
Yeah,
messages on there?
it's extremely easy. It's extremely easy, and we're going through it. Actually, to be clearly honest with you, we just picked it, we're implementing it, and we're working on it. We just started working on it last week.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
so I could give more information about it and clarity on it, and I could tell you what I like about it, and what I don't like about it in the months to come. So, but it's everybody's kind of excited because it gets you you're in immediate contact with each other, and it really works out well.
So, all right, I want to talk about one thing now. So you got something exciting going on, and as an owner, a lot of us we're entrepreneurs at heart, and we're always looking for like something else. Like, are you still doing hair behind the chair, by the way?
Yes, I have a handful of clients I do.
Okay. But it's like it's the what's next. Like, you open the salon and you're doing this, and we get pulled in a million different directions with a million different ideas. I'm sure every owner has ideas, and one of them is a product line. And so you did the homework, you did the work. I'm sure you got your ass kicked trying to start this thing. Tell us a little about Heirs of Beauty.
Yeah, heirs to beauty. First, I named the product after all the salon owners and stylists in the world, because I truly believe they are the true heirs to beauty. Because anything that's special that really made it in this world, in the retail and the luxury hair care division, all went through the salon doors. And salon owners and stylists, this brand is in honor of them. And this is a project that I wanted to do so when I first got in the industry, and then a couple things happened, obviously business and things and growth in life. And then I took a ride with a well-established luxury brand all the way until it exited. And I loved it, and I enjoyed it. And so I did really well at it. But now I've been working on this project for about 4 years now. And I've been working with the product inside the salon finished for about a year and 10 months. And I've have some other top salons around the country been using it for about 6 to 8 months. And I've been very blessed, to be honest with you. And I'm very grateful and thankful that things are working out well. And the product is really performance driven. It's really doing something
My wife
special.
loves it.
Huh?
My wife loves the product. She loves the
Thanks.
smell. Yeah, she loves the smell. She loves the product. She has very fine hair, and she actually has extensions in it too. And her fine hair is not way down. She has some volume with it. Her extensions aren't greasy. It absorbs well into them. It's because her extensions are way different than her hair's texture. And so just on her alone, the different texture from the extension hair and her natural hair, it performs awesome. I'm not just blowing smoke up your ass. Like, it's a legit product.
Yeah,
It's
thank
solid
you.
cream. So take us to what'd you put in to get this formulation down?
Well, when I wanted to make a product, I said to myself, I have to make a statement, and it has to be right. Besides being a great product, it has to have huge purpose, and everything I stand for as a salon owner and a stylist, and how does it stand behind us, and how does it come back to us? So first, you got to make a great product, and I looked at all the best products that were out there. And it just seemed like you needed so many products to get the ultimate feel and look in your hair. And then through the years, I took my notes. I took my when I made the product there's a skincare company, whatever, made the product. They said, "Oh my God, all these ingredients you want in there, and you want to do these like what these other 4 products do, and they all do different things, and you want it to be in one tube." And I said to her, yes. And I said yes, because I believe clients and stylists and owners are tired of looking at uh, you know 40 SKUs, 50 SKUs, and getting confused, because I know my stylist that I know, they use anywhere from 2 to 4 products all week long.
That's it.
That's it.
The go-to one. Yeah.
Sometimes they may use up to 6, but their go-tos are 2 to 4 products. Now with using this, a lot of people, one of my stylists came up to me yesterday, say, "I only use 2 products, your product and a hairspray when needed." Because what I said is, the product, what it is, as you know, it's the ultimate blow dry and finishing product. Okay. And it can go on anybody's hair, from fine to really dry, thick, dry, damaged hair, or even ethnic hair. It goes to all hair types depending on how much you put in your hands. You just emulsify it real good, and you have to apply it properly. I mean, it's not difficult, but some people just apply it in one spot.
Yeah.
You get to emulsify real good and mid shaft to ends, and then through the rest of the head. Finer hair, you don't need as much, but it's such a wonderful product, and it's
Where's
got
it made?
What?
Where's it made?
It's made in America.
Made in the USA.
Yes, in a high-end medical facility. Yeah,
nice. That's
Yeah.
important because I think we're moving towards shit being made in America to not deal with any other issues of production and dealing with like not getting it because it's getting stuck in customs. That's a major issue for a lot of brands right now.
Yeah. Well, everything I have is made in America, and it's worked that way. It's a little everything I'm doing is just a little bit more expensive. Even my ingredients, it's so ingredient rich, and it's just the perfect balance. They did a great job of putting it together for me.
You know what though? That's fine. I don't think people have a problem paying for a product made in America with good ingredients. It's when shit's made in China and they bring it over here and they try and charge crazy prices for it because you have a cool logo and like nice packaging, but the product is shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I get it. I get it. I'm fans of all brands, and I agree with you on that fact.
Yeah, I'm not single out brands. I'm just a business. It's capitalism. I love it. But the fact that if I'm like, oh wow, it's actually made in America, so I know it's going to be clean ingredients. It's not being
well, it's also where your product is made is very important. You know, I had to pick a facility that was even more expensive to make the product in because they go through so many clearances and checkpoints, and so it's
products now are connected to like infertility in women, like because these are products they use every day. And if it's on their hands, it's getting into their bloodstream, and people are aware of what's happening between our food and our cosmetics, and like clean beauty is going to just be the way beauty is here soon because our ingredients are getting more scrutinized. But a lot of shit they put in products is illegal or not allowed in Europe.
Yeah, there's a lot of that stuff. So I was able to get ahead of that curve and really put all the good stuff in there. And like I said, it's like getting 4 products or 3 to 4 products in one tube, and it delivers, as you know. And like I said, we're looking to launch August 11th right there. So we're looking to do that at heirstobeauty.com. So, but it's
because people are going on right now looking, they're spelling it AIRS. I promise you. So it's HEI.
HEIRS, like a heirs to a fortune, heirs to a throne.
Yeah,
so
you guys,
heirs to beauty.
Like we're the heirs to the beauty industries is what he's getting at. Yeah,
and that's the whole thing about it. And the product's really cool. The logo is amazing, and there's hidden message in there for salon owners and stylists.
I want to hear it. I love the message with the logo. Can you tell the story about that?
What?
Tell the story about the logo.
Okay. Here, I'll just show you this picture. Okay. And it's also,
if you guys are listening on podcast right now, jump over to the YouTube channel. It's going to be in our live, so you can take a look at that logo. Maybe I'll have James on the podcast for the image use the logo, so you guys can just check it out on the podcast device that you're on. But
okay, so basically, so what do you want me to explain now? What do you want me to explain?
The guy who created the artwork for you.
Okay. The logo, the brand. Okay. So now the logo, as you said in there, as you see, as the HTB, it almost looks like the crown is for heirs, and then the T, you see wings, but almost looks like a little bird hidden in there, right?
Looks like a phoenix.
Yeah. So basically, so that's where we're going, and why I did that, and we designed it. I was talking to 5 different logo guys, and they all had to help me with the brand. And a gentleman I knew that knew everything I was trying to do was an entrepreneur, business guy, but I didn't know his core business. It's kind of crazy that he did this stuff. And he goes, Jack, let me have a try at doing your brand. I said, no, don't worry about it. I said, it's good. And he said, no, let me do it because I know your life story and I know what you're trying to do and what's happening. He goes, I go, okay, I just don't want to feel bad. I know the guy and I don't take him on. So 2 nights later, he sends me a text with that logo. He told my story and basically in a logo and an image. Yeah, in an image. It's amazing. And why that little bird is there, that is a phoenix. Okay. And since we used to have exclusive retail, we used to have retail that elevated the experience, luxury retail that elevated the experience inside the salons. And so we kind of lost that. We have great luxury products out there. Don't get me wrong. There's so many beautiful luxury products, but there's nothing there's nothing exclusive. So me as a salon owner, as a stylist, and watching my stylists go through these things, and I'm a friend of so many salons around the country because I love salon owners, I love stylists. So as I go through there, I'm saying, we lost our retail area, and we lost it about maybe 10, 12, 15, somewhere around that 10, 12 years ago. We lost it because everything ended up going online. They take pictures of your product to go online. You work very hard, style hair, share the product, and then they go buy it at home. So I'm just saying, like, I know I only make 10, 20% of what I used to make in retail, and my people are good. But the thing is, they don't have to always come back to us. They reorder. So we're working that hard. So basically my stuff won't be on those big e-commerce channels, and and what I'm talking about. So basically, what?
Yeah, you're trying to get your product exclusive back to salons again, not sell out like L'Oreal did and the other brands when they went to Amazon, selling it to the masses, which isn't, listen, it's like I said, it's capitalism. You could do that. If
I
a
know.
brand is
I
going to
just
sell on
I just
Amazon,
wanted to say, though, I apologize. I just want to say I like all brands, and they're
no, he does.
luxury brands.
This
They're
comes
just
me.
not going down my lane.
Yeah, the problem is if you're going to sell on Amazon, because you can't avoid it, raise the prices significantly. So if someone goes to Amazon, it's 30% higher. And if someone goes to a salon, the salon price is 30% lower to drive traffic back into the salon again.
I agree. I agree. But right now, what we're doing is why people are getting so excited. First, the product works and it performs and delivers, as you said too. Even we started, you want to check it out, and everybody's an expert. If anybody has an open mind to actually try it, it will become their favorite product. It's like that's why I'm so blessed and so happy, especially with our first product. We have a 6-ounce and a travel size product as well. And so it's great. We're going to end up with about 15 SKUs in about a year and a half. We'll have about 4 SKUs before the holiday.
What's the next one you want to do? Is shampoo, conditioner, or
shampoo, conditioner, and I have a third product I'll announce when that comes out too. I think people are going to love it.
Is there like an ingredient like in this particular product that you like? That is like your one main ingredient that you count on? I know you have so many in there.
I guess there's a lot of products that I put in the product that does similar things, but also does different things. So there's layers of help to make your hair in optimal health. It's optimal protection and health. It keeps normal hair healthy and anti-aging. It takes dry, color-treated hair and it moisturizes it. It helps repair it. It makes it stronger. It has properties. It helps people less shedding. I'm sorry, go ahead. What did you say?
Heat protectant?
Heat protected, of course.
UV protectant?
Heat protect, anti-frizz, obviously shine. It has sealing properties that go over it. And also when you use flat tools and irons, you'll see no smoke. Okay. It's so ingredient rich. Like you said, you gotta experience to try it. And so that's what I get. And there's so many amazing top salons right now that I can't wait. And I have so many testimonials from them already that I'm going to be posting when we go live. It's wonderful what's happening, because I love the salon industry and I really want to give them a product to call their own. It is the ultimate blow dry and finishing product for all types of hair. And yes, it's great for extensions. I get people say, even with older extensions, they say, I was at a salon in Red Bank, and actually Lambs and Wolves. I'll just say I was in Red Bank. Glenn, great owner there. But what happened was she was using it. She says, "Is it good for extensions?" I said, "Yes." And so, like, I don't know, 2 hours later, she came by. She said, "My customer wants to talk to you." And I went to, she goes, "I don't know what's in this product." He goes, "But my extensions look like they're right out of the pack." Okay. They look beautiful. They're nice. And you said something before about your wife having extensions and she had a good experience.
Yeah. Yeah. Her hair feels great.
Yeah.
But
go ahead.
products with extensions is difficult because people can't really match their texture with the extension hair. And so for a product to work well on the extensions and her natural hair shows diversity in how well that product can work.
Yeah.
Because if you put a serum in your hair, then the extensions might absorb it, but your hair is greasy. And so this really absorbed nicely into her natural hair, which has a tendency to get greasy from product.
Yeah.
And it was like very consistent through both her natural hair and the extension.
Yes, and it's cool. It's all, yeah, I got all the buzzwords too and like that. It's vegan, it's cruelty free, it's paraben free, sulfate free, every all of it. But we make it a clean product here. That sure, we have some science in there. If you need something to work, you need some kind of science. But we're really putting together multi-purpose super products. Okay, and then we're going after the masses. Okay, to handle that, and then after that, we'll open up to niche products.
I love it. I don't like too big a product line. The problem with a lot of brands today is they feel like they have to be something for everybody, and they wind up being nothing for nobody. If that even, whatever the quote is for that, because it's like you can't make everyone happy anyway. So you start making products and making changes, and next thing you have 300 SKUs in your product line.
Yeah, you have to stay locked in. And like I've been working with products ever since I was in the business, and I'm so locked into it. And I've always wanted to do this. And also, honestly, I want to make a difference. I really want to make a difference. It's very important to me. If you know anything about helping someone, like teaching someone something, or helping them, or giving them a career, or making a difference, or with that feeling, and if that feeling is unmatched, it's more than financials. It's more than money. Obviously, money's great. Money makes things easier in life. But there's nothing like that feeling and emotion when you can make a difference in someone's life.
One of my coaches, I think it was Dan Martell, and he's like, whatever you want in life, help somebody else achieve it or get that, and you'll get that in your life.
Yes.
It's like you
can't keep anything that you don't give away. Yeah.
So it really is true. You want to make more money, help people make more money, and by default, you'll make more money.
Yeah.
And so when I talk to my younger people, it's about impact. You help 1 million people solve a problem, and you charge each one $1, you just made $1 million.
Yes.
But when we were talking at lunch that one day, you were really focused on impacting the industry rather than just really monetizing it. So it's awesome because with impact, you have such greater reach.
Yeah, and also I designed it around. It's very studio looking. It's a black and white product, and it's how do I say? I want it to be, kind of like our industry, and I want to also, we're going to be doing a podcast down the road, probably in about a month or two, and we're going to be telling everybody's story. And especially the people, we're having different top people on the podcast, but at the same time, our celebrity, the person that we're really after, are the salon owners and the stylists that they work with in their team, because that and their stories, because that's what it's all about. We really want to get back into the salons and make it about the salons, and not just about.
You guys having education? You're going to provide education? Are you?
We're gonna have education. Everything. First, we're lining all that up, and we got great educators. But first, we're gonna kick this product off right, and we're taking the first quarter slow, because we're not opening every door. Say like the town of Ridgewood that I'm in, right? There'll only be 3 salons, counting myself, that could have the product. It's ultra exclusive. Okay. And so what I'm looking at is every town will have a different count, depending on how big it is or how small it is. And then every city, in their boroughs, cities, areas, there'll be so many salons allowed to carry it. We're not going to oversaturate it, and it's not going to be on the big e-commerce. So what we're looking to do is drive the business into the salon, get the commissions up high for the stylist, and let the retail area naturally grow organically, because people are going to want this product. There's not a person there hasn't been a person I gave the product to that didn't ask for more. And I said, well, as I go through this, but So the big picture is to help the stylist and actually help their clients, give them an ultimate exclusive luxury product that they can call their own. And to give that elevated experience is going to be, I can't wait because we're launching soon to see the experience. I've seen the experience already working in salons with the product, but I'm so excited inside to see that experience actually
Watching it come to life is going to be
Yes.
magical, right? It's because an idea, everyone has ideas.
Yeah.
That's why I don't mind sharing ideas. When people are like, oh, you give so much stuff away, because I know no one's going to do anything with it. There's a million ideas out there in the world, but execution is what's hard to follow through with. So actually creating this product line and having it in your hand, very few people actually do that.
Well, it's I could have quit on it a few times.
With everyone, like, how many times do you want to quit your salon?
Yeah, and that's normal behavior, but you got to know you never quit. It's not in your blood, it's not in your DNA. But every challenge, I got to say, it's so true, and it's not cliche. If you put your heart and soul into it and work at something every day and every moment, I'm a 10 to 16-hour guy a day. I love what I do. I mean, I love what I do. And I look at it, and every difficulty or thing that I thought was like, I can't believe this is holding me up, because I had a few setbacks and holdups of getting the product going. And every single one of them gave me an opportunity to make it better or end up working with someone better. So I couldn't be any happier about that. And something to be said about when you have these things happen to you. Okay. When something goes wrong, adversity, when adversity comes in and knocks you down, where's my opportunity now to make this better?
Every obstacle creates an opportunity. There's a Stoic quote. Forget, I don't know who said it. I don't know who said it, but it's a Stoic quote called "The obstacle is the way." Like, people get so challenged with life and they're like, I got this obstacle. Well, it's the way.
Thank God you got the obstacle. Thank God.
That's going to open up the next level up.
That's going to send you to where you need to be.
Of course. And people, they get like, oh my God, it's a fucking great thing.
Unbelievable.
Because now when you defeat that obstacle and you overcome it, you get the next stage of life. You hit that next level.
Yes. And that's where people fold, especially something new or learning something new or going through trouble, because, I got to go through that. Yes, go through it. It's like, all right, come on, let's roll our sleeves up. Let's get through this.
And love it. If you could just give it gratitude and show whatever it is love, then it changes your whole perspective and outlook on it. And then makes it even easier to deal with. And then it's like, wow, it wasn't a big deal. This is going to be good, so much greater when I figure this whole thing out. It's hard while you're in it. Trust me. Like,
it is. Sure. And it sounds good the way we're talking, and we're talking like we're experts and all that kind of stuff. We only got to this stage. This stage is by failing numerous times and going through obstacles and figuring things out. So we're no different than anybody out there. If you just have to make your mind up of how hard you want to go at it and be.
You don't get gray hair like this and like what you got. Not going through some shit.
Yeah, I started. I had I don't know. Now I have a gray beard. Imagine that.
Jack, real quick, how can people find you? Socials, website, like, take us through real quick while they're listening. They can take a mental note of it or jot it down.
Heirstobeauty.com. HEIRSTO beauty. BEAUTY. Heirs to Beauty. That's the product. And also go to Heirs to Beauty on our social media. Heirs to Beauty is all our social media platforms. Check out our Instagram. It's absolutely amazing. Check it out. And then obviously we're going to be trying to launch on August 11th.
If somebody wants it in the salon, they want to try it out, they should reach out to you, Heirs to Beauty. Like, how does
they could reach out to Heirs to Beauty. They could DM. They could on any platform. They could reach out. Also, and on the website, if people want to, when they go on the website, when it goes live, it's not live yet. It's up, but it's not live yet. They can go in and email us and that kind of stuff, or reach out to us. But on social platforms, we'll reach out to you too. If you want to try the product, we'll send something out. If you want to come see it or send it out, whatever it is, we could do that. I've been doing that for the last 2 years. So it's been I shouldn't say that, but we've been using it for a year and 10 months, but I've been sending it out for the last 8 months.
And guys, it's funny because Jack called me months ago and he was like, I got a product line. I'm like, another fucking product line someone reached out to me about. And I was like, all right, we're talking. Now, he actually gave me the product and I used it and I was like, wow, this is a legit product.
Yeah, I put my life into it. This is This is it. This is all of me, all of me, all of me to give back and do something special for the salon owners and stylists of this world.
Nice. James,
Nick,
is there any questions for Jack in the comments?
we got quite a few from the beginning of the show.
All right, drop them real quick.
How can I put things for retail online?
Okay, that's Shopify, obviously. DM me.
DM
Anything
me.
pertaining to like the Heirs to Beauty in a little bit, because
Let's see.
I want to make sure.
More general.
General. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Guys, if you have questions for Jack, because I just announced the questions now, please reach out to Heirs to Beauty. Let them, like, they'll answer you. It's a real person, like a real hairstylist. They'll help you if there's a problem with the product. They'll direct you in the right area to
Yeah,
where
I don't even care. My personal Instagram, I don't care either. I'm Jack_Panico. So
And
there
if you
go.
have like 3 hours to kill, say, give me a call. Jack will talk to you for as long as you need.
I work with a lot of salon owners. I love them and the stylists because
He's a busy guy. It's amazing how much time he gives to people in the industry, and he offers that. Like it's really nice to see someone out there who has the years of experience like you just want to give back to the industry.
So
It's amazing.
and I love what you're doing too, Nick. And I like that you're straightforward with things.
I am.
Yeah, I think so a little bit.
Just a little. Just a little. Nisi C said she loves that you have clean products. Companies will wait till 30 years to say it causes cancer. And she also wants to know how she can learn and get your product, Jack.
All right. So Heirs to Beauty on his Instagram. But yeah,
Go to Heirs to Beauty. I would love people to start following us, even if you're thinking about it. All social media, Heirs to Beauty. Go to Instagram. You could DM us. We'll get you more information, whatever you need. HEIRS 2TO Beauty.
all right. Awesome. Jack, I appreciate your time today. We're going to do this again. We're going to be having Jack on quite a bit. We're going to have a reoccurring, maybe every Friday. We'll bring him on to talk about
we got
different
a couple
things
other questions.
in the industry. All right, James, drop another question.
You're jumping in quick. You're hot. You're hot today. What are the biggest misconceptions salon owners have about launching a product?
Well, I don't know.
What was your biggest misconception?
Yeah,
let's start there.
My misconception?
Like when you first started this thing, like you're like, all right, idea, you're laying in bed, you're like, I'm going to start a product line. I'm going to do this. What was the one obstacle that was like, nope, you got to do it this way? Or what's the one, like, what did you think the industry was like? And it's difficult because you were with a different product line before this.
Yeah, I wanted to do this years ago when I first got in. Me and my friends saved money, and then one backed out and the other one backed out. So whatever. But then I took a ride with a great luxury brand, and I took a ride with them. And I loved all of it, and I wanted, I had shares to the brand and all that kind of stuff and blah, blah, blah. And it was great, but I loved it. But, still, they weren't us. They weren't us. Exactly what we need as a salon owner and stylist. And I did the ride and I did that. And at the end, my purpose is much different. Because it's us. I know exactly what we need, what we heard on, what this is, there's so many things that I can't wait to talk to salon owners and stylists about because, I don't want to bash anybody because all brands are great. I'm saying, but ours is ultra exclusive. And I made a product that someone came in my door and they would try to sell me on, and I'm difficult.
Yeah.
So I try to answer that.
Person listening right now, they have an idea that's brilliant. They want to start a product line.
Okay.
What's the next thing they should do from their idea?
That was my next question. What's the first step to starting a product line?
First step to doing a product line is gather your outline of what you're trying to do to make it real. Gather your whole outline. Sometimes I work backwards or forwards, depending. What's the big picture? What's your big picture you're trying to do? Think of it big and don't think small. Okay. But something realistic that you can handle, and think big and work backwards. And how do you build to that? So obviously you got to get to a manufacturer or someone that can make the product for you. Okay. That can make, because you need chemists and all that to do that. So, and that's just the starting gate, but you need an outline for them. They're going to hit you with a bunch of questions. You can't just go there and say, hey, I want to start a product line. I want it to be great. I want it to be this. I want it to be that. So I walked in and I gave them ingredients. I gave them products, And I said, and I want all this, but I don't want any of that and this and that. And I want to add this. Like one of my big things, I wanted collagen in my products. Okay. So back and forth, like, but there was so many different things that went into the product, but you have to have a great idea. You have to really study the market, see what really people want. Don't make something just that you want, because then you're going to be disappointed. Be educated and look at what people really want. And where I was at, I was able to listen to clients and stylists, and I talked to salon owners and stylists all over the country all the time. So really get educated, would look for it, or talk to your friends that love products and what is it that they're looking for and what's missing and all that stuff. So get that together, and an idea that a chemist can go after, because they're not mind readers and they need to know exactly what you're looking for. So funnel that down. Okay. And then have your concept ready to deliver, and then say, we're also looking for your help, that you think how you can make this better for me too. Okay. From my concept. So then you get a clear view. You want to have a good conversation with that manufacturer and chemist. And then from there, they'll do you some trial runs and that kind of stuff. Obviously it's going to cost you money. And so, break out your wallet.
Yeah.
But it's,
can we just, I don't want to pry into your personal financial business, but somebody sitting out right now, they're thinking like, I want to start a product line. An idea, if they're not going to do it in their bathroom, right? They're not going to buy the raw product and make it themselves in their garage. What are they looking at, like, for an initial run of a test? Like, do they 5,000 SKUs, 1,000 SKUs, 500 SKUs? Like, what do they have to, like, what are they looking at?
well, I think if you're going to run, I think the smallest, well, you could find different companies that will do a 5,000 run for you. You could find that, or whatever like that. But if you're going to, if your product's going to be successful, you're going to need more than 5,000. So sometimes what you got to do is you really got to use it for a while to get the data. So if you want to somehow ask if someone can make you a couple hundred pieces, or after they come out with testers, they'll come out with testers, and every couple of weeks they'll come out with stuff. They'll need a couple of months to do that. Then you get testers, and then after that, when you really say, okay, I like this, then maybe they could in-house get you, even in different types of tubes, whatever, get you a small run so you can use them and have friends use them, or styles, whatever people use them, and then go from there. And then if that's it, or any tweaks, then you go from there. And then you and usually like myself, you probably run around like 60 to 100,000 units. Okay. So
and they're like 1 penny a unit, right?
Oh God. Okay. So anyway, so products eaches could cost you, anywhere from $2.50 to $6, depending on your ingredients per tube.
Times
How many? It all depends on exactly what you're trying to achieve, and also, do you own your own formula or not? I own all my own formulas.
That was a lot.
That
was good.
What?
That was a lot of information.
Yeah. Well, you asked me a question. I can't just give you a soundbite, of that. So it's a lot of information, but it is, and get ready for, be ready to go through the obstacles.
Yeah.
Cool. James, any more questions? Yeah. Are you putting your hair products in beauty supply stores or only salons by NECC?
Salons. I'm not going to, you're talking about beauty supplies? No, I'm not doing beauty supplies. This is an ultra exclusive product. This will go out to, I'm trying to put it in the best salons in each town, in each city around the country.
This is like the Louis the 18th, right? Is it Louis the 18th? Like when you're at a bar, it's up top, exclusive, 2,000 a shot.
Well, when you use it, you'll understand what it does. And it's got a very, very light bonder in it, like almost where you could use it all time, because bonders, too much bonder, it's no good for your hair, and it's got the heat protecting the strength. It protects your hair. It seals the hair. It's anti-frizz. It just goes on and on about how it nourishes your hair and keeps moisture and seals it in. And if you tried it, anybody, you call me, you want to sample, you want to try it from there, but we have to go through a system. I have to, I have to get to know your salon a little bit more and yourself, and then go from there. I'm scouting the top salons around the country, in each town and each city, and looking to do great things for the salon and stylist community.
Nice. James, last question.
Jack, if you could tell your past self one thing before you started your product line, what would it be?
Don't do it. No, I'm kidding.
I would say I always wanted to do this earlier, but back and forth. But the timing is really now, and it's the stage is set for me. So because of the challenge we're having in our retail area, but I would have probably said, I always think I could accomplish things faster and better. Okay. And that's not really factual. Okay. Because it's
not realistic. You need to go through it. You have to go through it.
Yeah, you got to go through it. And there's challenges all the way, along with the outside companies you use, to the team around you. And you have to accept that to a degree. You want to keep pushing forward, get the right people around you, because you can't make it without the right people. I can't have a great salon without the right people. I can't have a great product line without the right people. I could have the vision and like that. But you got to build stuff with trust, commitment, and love. It builds loyalty, integrity. And even when you do things perfect, even when it's perfect, sometimes it still doesn't work out, so you got to understand that lesson in life. And I think I'm in a better place at a better age, in a better place to be able to deliver this message in a way. And because everything's just not about money to me. I really want this line's it's just the purpose of it is so strong for the legacy of our industry and for me and my family as well.
So your message would be patient. It's going to work out.
Yeah, be patient and don't be so hard on yourself, and just go through the obstacles in a better way, because they're coming. I promise you, they're coming.
Oh,
I thought I could beat them. You can't beat them, but you could try to get ahead of them.
Yeah. All right, Jack, I appreciate it. Everyone, Heirs to Beauty. Jack, thank you so much for spending the last hour with us. And you're going to see Jack more and more on this podcast, because we want to be updated. We're going to be talking also, you have some great systems, from like Connect Team, whatever that app was, to like how you, just the salon industry aspect of what you do outside of the product line. Like, we want to hear more about that from you. I'm sure everyone does so.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. We're probably gonna have a big event coming up soon too. And thank you for the opportunity. You do a great job, and we're trying to make a difference, aren't we?
That's it. So we're trying to do. Get
back to let's make it happen.
That gave to us.
Thank
Honestly,
you.
I would be nowhere without this industry. This industry has been amazing.
I hear you. I agree.
All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Thanks for watching live. And thanks for listening to the podcast. If you guys are on YouTube, make sure you click subscribe and click that notification bell, and I will see you next time. All right, James.